Okay, welcome back. I think that this is the setup that might work best for us for the immediate future. Uh, as few variables as possible is the way I prefer it. Um, I was thinking about all the lovely messages I heard on the algorithm today, and I thought it might be wise to um, talk about a sliding scales. We live in a country that loves its spectrums these days. And whenever, I told you, whenever I get condescended too much, it's my instinct to want to condescend in return. It's just kind of my habit. So when I'm told that gender is a spectrum but race is not, uh, that confuses me, and I don't like being confused. It impedes my social output. So, I mentioned before that I grew up in a hyper-conservative environment, but I also studied calculus, so I know what an asymptote is. There's a silent P in there. So, um, I saw Roots with my father when I was a kid, and there's a scene in Roots where I believe Kizzy has a love interest that escapes the plantation briefly. And I think he was gone 7 days. And there was a faint glimmer of hope in the eyes of the parents when she was excited about his departure. Uh, can't we all identify with that hope? And even John Amos, his character, had to crack a smile while he was doing whatever he was doing. But then the screams began, and we moved to the next shot of a young man being dragged with his hands bound by a horse back to the plantation. By this point, Joseph, aka Kunta Kinte, has had his name formally changed to Toby through his own spirit-filled experience. And so he knows the reality of the world. He knows the difficult choices that a man has once he looks his oppressor in the eye. And so there is a unique pain that Kizzy feels. If it was her, if it was somebody else, so much time has passed, who can remember? Whether it was her pain or Toby's. We see equal levels of sorrow. Sometimes hope itself hurts more than death. So we train our children not to develop it. Dan Pena is a wise business coach known for his emphatic delivery and dignified business disposition, for which I'm very grateful. And he often reminds us that But hope is not a strategy. But I think deep down, all children are romantics. We are all Aladdin looking for our Jasmine. And we are surrounded by thieves. We don't know why we are drawn to these thieves. Children, sometimes you have to choose between your foot and something else. Our feet are to be shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. For some reason, that reminds me of the pursuit of happiness. We do not get to wear peace itself. Neither does the Constitution guarantee us happiness itself. But these three do remain: faith and hope and love. And although the greatest of these is love, faith and hope do have their place. And so, even though I have had to look away while the master chopped off my foot, I still have hope. And I will continue to limp on by faith. For many years, the scriptures were only in Latin. It was not fit for the common man. Only the elite could have privileged access to understanding the divine will of the Creator. And slowly, the Word of God mutated into the Ten Commandments and touched by an angel and chicken soup for the soul. It's the slow knife that cuts the deepest. Whenever possible, children, rip off a Band-Aid fast. Use your time under the umbrella to understand how rain works. And be prepared for your time in the sun, because the rain falls on the just and the unjust alike. Don't have too many sports analogies for you today. Every day is a new exercise in bringing my body under subjection. I'm grateful that every box that I feel needs to be checked has been checked from a physical standpoint. I'm satisfied. And if I'm not offended, I do not offend. But there is some restitution owed me, personally. And so I wait upon the Lord to tell me how I must receive payment. But in the meantime, I think about you always. And as long as any umbrella I have can cover you and shield you from the rain, you are welcome to it. Sorry to bother you. I'd like to thank the city of Chicago, not the historically corrupt side, but the neighborhood. And the masters of its language. You have cared for us in so many ways that I don't know if you realize. I was not born here. I did not graduate high school here. So I've always been familiar with a certain amount of leprosy. And thank you to Larry Silverstein for the privilege of 9/11, because it showed that even a suicide bomber can have immense eternal value. So I hope your Sunday goes well. And I think we should look forward to what this week has in store. Because greater is He that is in us than he that is in the world. I'll see you soon.